As I've mentioned before, Endo is one of the most valuable resources in the game, if not the most valuable resource in the game. When you are trading in trade chat, you should not be letting people walk all over you and run the train on you because you don't understand how Endo works. What's up, you guys? How you doing today? So I want to talk about Endo in Warframe, and I've been noticing a lot in trade chat that there are a lot of people that are trying to buy mods for really cheap, like mods that should be going for a price of like not having any Endo in them, and they're trying to buy them for or they're basically trying to take like a mod that like it's a 10 spot. When I call it a 10 spot, I mean a level 10 mod. Not all mods go up to level 10. Not all heroes wear capes. I guess what I mean is like this mod, you see at the bottom of it, it's got the blue little dots. There's 10 of them, and that's every level that you could basically rank this mod up. So for example, if I go to duplicates here, I put an ammo germ, and that has 5 spots. It's a bronze. Let's say I go to put this in here to fusion, and I want to put Endo into it. For a bronze mod that only goes to 5 spots, that's 310 Endo. That's easy. That's not a lot. You guys can earn that in like less than an hour of probably just doing random missions around the star chart, but that's not a lot of Endo. Let's, I guess what I'm getting at is though, is people are trying to take gold mods, right? That have 10 things in them, like, Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, Narrow-Minded. And they're trying to buy these mods for, I guess, like, they're trying to buy these mods for the price of if it had nothing in it, like it was empty, there was no Endo put in it, but they're looking for fully maxed out mods for the price of one that has 0 Endo in it. And I want to kind of go over with you guys today why that's something that you need to be aware of. Like, it is very important that you are educated about this and you understand exactly what's happening when you're buying mods with or without Endo, why it's a big deal. We're gonna go over this, right? This flow right here, if I max it out, it's a gold mod, goes up to 5, it's 930 Endo. But let's look for a mod that goes up to 10. So this Tainted Shell right here, I put that in there. It's gold. A gold mod up to 10 is 30,000 Endo. A silver mod up to 10 is about 20,000 Endo. A bronze mod up to 10 is about 10,000 Endo. And a primed mod up to 10 is about 41 or 42,000 Endo. That's so much. It's ridiculous. That's a lot of Endo. Endo takes a lot of time to grind out. And as I've mentioned before, Endo is one of the most valuable resources in the game, if not the most valuable resource in the game. Why? Because if you don't have Endo to make your mod stronger, you don't get to play God in the game. Like, you don't get to be the superhero that you want to be. You don't get to be as strong as you want, as powerful as you want. Endo is everything in this game. So I want to make you guys aware about all the different things that you want to know about Endo. When you're in trade chat and people are trying to buy mods at a price of the mod being empty, like this, but they expect it to be fully maxed out, you need to be aware of that and avoid that at all costs. If you're going to max a mod out, you're going to want to get the platinum for the amount that you have maxed out in the mod. So I want you to, I want you to keep in mind, avoid those people at all costs that like are basically trying to get you to sell them maxed out mods for nothing. You're trying to avoid the people that are trying to buy mods totally maxed out for an unmaxed price. Or for an empty price, like a price that is, I don't know, like 25 for a Blind Rage, but they want it maxed. 25 platinum for a Blind Rage, but they want it maxed out. If that Blind Rage is maxed out, that Blind Rage should be going for over 200, 250 because Endo, it's a lot of Endo. We'll get into this. Where can you guys get Endo? First, actually, you get Endo by doing Maru's missions, which you can do once a week. You get an Ayatan treasure out of doing that. You could also just randomly throughout missions, if you guys are paying attention, every once in a while, Ayatan sculptures will just randomly be in a mission, and they'll be there. And when you have a lot like this, I could actually go and show you how much all that's worth, which I think we'll go do. We'll run to do that. But that's one way that you guys can get a lot of Endo. Another way you guys can get a lot of Endo is doing arbitration missions right here. These tend to drop a lot of Endo. You're not going to be able to do these until you're much further in the game, as you have to have like the entire star chart complete and probably some other prerequisites that I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's later on in the game. This is also later on in the game too, but it's a good place to get Endo, is doing Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. It's like you'll get a lot of Endo doing that. As of recently, with the new Railjack update that happened, I noticed that doing maybe half an hour to an hour of Railjack, like it was yesterday or the day before, I wound up with a lot of scrap. And scrapping all that stuff and turning it into Endo actually gave me a fair amount of Endo. It wasn't as pathetic as I thought it was going to be, having turned a lot of that scrap in. So doing Railjack will, I think now is a decent way to gain a bunch of Endo. But let's say we run over to Maru's Bazaar. We're going to go visit Maru, have a little chit chat with her. And I'm going to show you guys when you turn all, like, you know, I guess you turn an Ayatan's sculpture in or whatever, how much Endo is it worth? And if you kind of like ignore, I'm not turning my sculptures in, and I don't think you guys necessarily want to do that either, because they make for really awesome looking decorations for your ship. Plus, it's kind of like, I would say your Ayatan treasures are more like your emergency fund, and that's maybe how I think about them too. So if I don't have to get rid of them, I don't want to get rid of them. Looking for Ayatan treasure, extract Endo from my Ayatan items. So we have, let's say, one Anacia sculpture, right? I'll just throw one in there. 3,400 Endo for one sculpture right there. Okay, let's say I want to throw one of these in. 1,400 Endo, so they make a difference. What else we got? I don't want, these are like unique ones that I'm not even gonna, you know, just out of curiosity. 26 and 3,000. All right, but I don't want to get rid of any of those. You got the Order right here. 27. We got the Piv, which is 1,700. The Saw, 1,500. The Valana, which is 1,575. The Vaya, 1,800. And this is another unique one too. I think you purchased these from the Steel Essence store, with our Arbiters of Hexus or wherever it is. It's somewhere in the, it's one of the syndicates in the relay. But anyway, you guys can see how these are all priced out different. Like, with obviously the Anacia sculpture being the most valuable one. That's this little one right here. What happens though if you guys don't play for a really, if you guys don't sell these for a really long time, you just collect them. How much Endo are we actually looking at here? For selling just the basic ones of this. Currently, it's looking like a freaking lot of Endo, which is awesome. Again, I don't plan on selling these. I don't really want to get rid of all of them. But here, 426,000 Endo if I get rid of all these sculptures right now, which I don't need to, so I'm not actually planning on doing that. Let's say the Cyan Stars. What if I got rid of all these? 36,000 for 700. And this right here. What about these? The Amber Stars. So I'm almost at 500,000 Endo that I just have sitting in like an emergency fund here. Endo is an extremely valuable resource. At this point is another option for you guys, and this also ties back into making platinum. One thing you guys could do is you could take these, you can give yourself Endo, and then when you're in trade chat and people are actually trying to buy mods from you, you could ask them, you know, like if they say they want a mod that they want maxed, you can go ahead and max that mod if you have all that extra Endo, and then give an upcharge for it. You know, like just charge a lot more for it, depending on, I guess, what it is. So let's say we want to take a look at, I want a gold mod here. So if somebody's like, hey, do you have a split chamber? I'll buy it for 10 plat. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I have a split chamber. I'll buy it for, you know, you can buy it for 10 plat. But what if I chuck this in here and I say, all right, how much Endo would it actually cost me to upgrade it? 930 Endo. So now it's up to you. Now you can play the game of, typically the way Endo used to be valued was, it's about every 1,000 Endo is about 10 platinum. So every 10,000 Endo is about 100 platinum, which means a primed mod is for, this is how things were. I know the community is a little like uneducated when it comes to how to price stuff out. So y'all just look at each other and everybody's a sheep. And I don't mean this in like everybody, but like a lot of people are children that have no idea what they're doing or how to price stuff. So they look to each other and then go, oh, well, Timmy's selling it for 5 platinum, and it's a I don't know, a primed continuity that's maxed out, and Timmy's selling it for 5 platinum. So I mean I could sell it for 5 platinum too if Timmy did it. Like, people are always playing that game, and I want you guys to be smarter is all I'm saying. But like, let's say split chamber, right? What I could do here is I could look at it from both angles. I could say, all right, on one hand, everybody's charging, everybody's like kind of crapping on themselves and kind of not charging enough for what something's really valued at because of the endo. Or you could say, well, no, I know that this is really, if I'm going to throw an extra 1,000 endo in here, that's an extra 10 plat. So if I find a buyer that wants this for 10, I could ask them, hey, for another 10, I'll max the mod out for you. You could try that, or you could say, hey, for another 5, I'll max the mod out for you, and just see what they say. So you could go either way, but I wouldn't give somebody, like, if this is going for 10 plat, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm just using a hypothetical scenario here. Hypothetically, if this was not maxed and a person wants to buy it for 10, I can tell them, hey, I'll add an extra 5 and max it out. Or I could say, hey, is it cool if you give me 20 and I'll max the mod out for you so it's as strong as possible, whatever. Like, you're allowed to do stuff like that in trade chat. That's totally fine. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's one way that you could be spending your endo if you're in a scenario like I am and you have a lot, or if you're in a tight, position and you just really need plat and you don't care so much about the endo. I'm probably in a different boat than a lot of you guys because every single mod in the game that I've collected, I'm basically working on maxing out, which is the reason why I know, you guys look here, all these mods, this is sorted by rank, by the way, which means it's only going to show me the everything that's been endoed out, that I've put endo into. Every mod in the game except for the ones that I don't have yet, because a lot of these are new with the new update, still gotta get them. But every mod in the game is maxed out, which means I'm done with endo. Every little extra piece of endo that I have, if I wanted to, I could throw it into a mod and then upsell that mod if I wanted to, which is kind of a nice place to be in. But if you're not a collector like I am, if you're not after the whole completionist thing about the game, and you really just want to do what's strongest for you, and maybe you want to get some extra platinum for Warframe slots, weapon slots, cosmetics, or color palettes, or whatever, and you're not trying to complete everything like I am, then you don't need to wait until you have every mod maxed out. More than half the mods in here are absolutely useless and you'll never use them. So that being said, it's really up to you about what you want to do with your endo. I'm really just kind of showing you that it's an option. It's totally something that you guys can do. So between you guys farming out arbitrations, ESO, railjack, or even just Ayatan sculptures to gain a lot of endo, kind of to tie it back into trade chat again, be aware that you have options. Endo is the most valuable resource in the game. When you are trading in trade chat, you should not be letting people walk all over you and run the train on you because you don't understand how endo works. Endo is so valuable, and too many people in this game right now are just lowballing the crap out of it. And there's, in a way, on one hand, they're not going to get in trouble for doing that. But on the other hand, you should be aware about that and kind of, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to make it like be the better person or whatever, but like, I guess value yourself a little bit better. Don't let yourself get ripped off or anything like that. Just, I guess, like, be smart about it so that you're coming out at least either breaking even or above par. Like you're doing better than the average. That being said, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I'm live every day on Twitch. Feel free to stop by, ask questions if you have any. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment what your favorite Ayatan sculpture is, or how you go about getting endo, or anything like that. Anyway, all that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. Absolutely love your faces. If I don't see you in the next video, I'll see you on my Twitch channel. Laters.